Hey guys, so special day today. This man's birthday. Now, I'm not celebrating the birthday of a fictional character, but he is uh I think canonically he is 33 today. So a year younger than me. But Naruto as a character, as a person, I talked about some of this when I talked about the 20th anniversary, how the manga 20 fucking years. 20 years. Um, and it's such a great manga, the great series. Um, there's so many characters, and even the side characters, like Choji and Kiba and all these other side characters, they all have kind of like their own arc that they go through. Choji has his own thing that he goes through. Um, you have thing with Lee going through that whole series of trying to heal himself, because it's like, oh yeah, my arm and leg have been crushed by Gara Sand, and they're like, oh, you'll never be a ninja again, but he's fucking busting his ass to be a ninja again, and he succeeds. Um, but then I saw this one character named Ten. I don't know who the fuck she is or where she came from. People want to say Sakura's useless. No, this Ten girl seems pretty fucking useless. Um, but then even characters like Ino and they all have character traits about them or character arcs, and they kind of let them do their own little story. Um, but this boy right here, Masashi Kishimoto, the guy who made the manga and the show, he knew what he was doing when he made Naruto. Um, because they even, it's like it's fiction, so it's written work, and it's not like Naruto has a choice in how he acts. It's all made by the creator. But they even kind of talk about in the show, like Naruto even outright says, because of all the crap that's happened to him, he's like, could I have ended up like Sasuke, leaving the village and trying to destroy it? He meets all these villains, all the, and he's like, could I have ended up like that? I mean, imagine if Naruto went with Orochimaru instead. Not only does he have the nine tails inside of him, which gives him basically limitless chakra, imagine if he had that curse mark on him. Look how strong it made Sasuke. In their first real fight, it gave him the power to basically beat Naruto, despite Naruto being in, what was it, two tail form? It was enough to beat Naruto. So imagine Naruto with the nine tails, with a curse mark, being able to tap into curse mark's power and having like this limitless supply of chakra. He would have had no problem destroying the fucking village. So he even reflects on that. He's like, could I have ended up like Sasuke? Could I have ended up like the people who tried to destroy the village? But he had Iruka, he had Choji and Shikamaru, but like them, it's like they like him. They're all hanging out, they're friends, and then obviously hatred is taught. So the parents know who Naruto is, what's inside Naruto, and they're like, no, you stay away from that boy. He's evil. So what do the kids do? They listen to their parents. So then they end up hating him or not liking him as much. And then they go back to liking him because it's like, yeah, he has this creature, this monster inside him, but he's still fighting for our village. He could have easily left. He could have easily destroyed us at this point. He's still fighting for us. Um, so, and some of us may not have had the same upbringing as Naruto. His backstory's pretty fucked up, and the day he was born, both of his parents were murdered right there in front of him by the nine-tailed fox. Their blood splattered on his newborn body. Um, and then as they're dying, you know, his I think it was before or after, but his father decides, hey, I'm gonna beat this thing and I'm gonna seal this guy who's killing us right now inside Naruto because I know he can take it. The village is probably gonna end up hating him, but I know he can overcome whatever happens. So, I mean, just imagine that, not having anyone. He had the third Hokage, but People were like, he was a terrible person. Like, he was strong as a shinobi, but he really wasn't much of a guardian. So it was more up to Iruka and anyone else. I mean, Iruka is really the first person who kind of acknowledged him. Um, but I mean, it, he may have been alone for reasons of, the nine-tailed fox, but that's something everyone goes through, you know? Um, so yeah, we all may not have a nine-tailed fox spirit inside of us. We may not have all had our parents' blood on us when we were first born. Some of us we don't go through that. But and he grew up, and instead of being the villain, he chose to fight for the village, the same village that keeps shunning him. Like, oh, there's that kid, there's a beast, and he's gonna kill us all. And there he is fighting for everyone, time and time and time again, selflessly ready to just pretty much die at any moment. Um, he kept to his desire to be the Hokage, and he did. Although technically, Konohamaru is kind of the Hokage, since he wasn't there. But they did call Naruto Uzumaki as the Hokage, so even though it was Konohamaru transformed to look like him, it was still supposed to be Naruto. So, and for anyone who doesn't know, because I talked about it the last video with the 20th anniversary, basically Naruto's for the Hokage to be name him Hokage. He was completely knocked out. He was getting ready, and he's telling his kids to hurry up, and Himawari and Boruto are fighting over this panda, this stuffed panda, because Himawari wants to bring it, and Boruto's like, no, you're not going to want to carry it, and then I'm going to end up carrying it, and then I'm not going to look cool, and this and that, and they're tugging it back and forth. Head rips off, and Himawari activates her Byakugan at a young age, and then she's chasing Boruto through the house, trying to kill him. He's trying to hide in closets and whatnot, but it doesn't matter. The Byakugan can see through stuff like that, so she knows exactly where he is. And then Boruto runs out. It's like, oh my god, Dad, you have to stop her. Himawari, she's gone crazy. And he's like, the Byakugan? And like Boruto's hiding behind Naruto, and she's got her gentle fist ready. She hits Naruto so hard that even Kurama feels it, and he's out. The rest of the day, he's out. So, he's supposed to be at the ceremony, but then Konohamaru has to transform to look like him because Naruto's out. And then Hinata comes back and realizes that his chakra points have been, messed with. So he misses his own inauguration coronation day because his daughter knocked him the fuck out. The scene is so great because you see Naruto like, ugh, and then it flashes, like, cuts to Kurama, and he's like, ugh. It's like hit him so hard, even Kurama felt it. But the guy became 7th Hokage. He has a great family. Respected by pretty much everyone in the ninja world at that time. Every village, any village who fought in the war with him, they all respect him because it was mainly because of him. Like, look how many times he went around giving fucking chakra to everyone to boost their power and to recharge them. And he just kept going and going with it. This kid had so much for his age because of Kurama. He had such a huge chakra reserve that he was able to cloak everyone in Kurama's chakra, and which was really hard because Kurama's chakra was not compatible with everyone. So, but it's like they kind of showed it as like little pieces of a puzzle. Normally they wouldn't fit, but somehow Naruto had enough knowledge to somehow make it compatible with everyone. So it was able to cloak this entire army. So he basically sent out shadow clones, and they were going around just kind of tapping everyone and giving everyone chakra cloak, and it's boosting their speed, boosting their power, helping them regenerate, because that was one thing. It had a Kurama has regenerative powers, so if you stab Naruto in the hand, a few seconds later that thing's healing up. Um, but so he pretty much won the war for, well, Team Seven. I mean, him, Sasuke, and Sakura worked together to beat a god, essentially. The mother of all chakra. But um, but he just is an amazing character. Um, Shonen Jump characters are just really good. Him, Yusuke, Goku, Luffy. Just even though they all are kind of similar in background, they're not exactly the same. Um, but it's just all over the world. People of every race, color, you name it, young, old. I love Naruto. Um, the greatest. Someone got cosplay is happy birthday to the goat. The king. Yep. Yeah, the moment where he shows up with pain to fight Pain. He this dude who this Pain who Jiraiya had a problem defeating, he comes up and fucking bodies them. They had no fucking chance. Once he understood how they all operated, it was just boom, boom, done. Um, so to the one and only, yep. But he's really one of the greatest anime characters made. Um, he's right up there with Luffy and Goku, and of course my boy Yusuke, because people tend to forget that Yu Yu Hakusho was part of Shonen Jump. But they all have similar backstories, either no fathers or no parents, and they just, they kind of have to deal with the part of growing up. Like Yusuke, he didn't have a father in his life, but he did have his mother, and his mother, while caring about him, was drunk all the time. So it's not like a Naruto thing where he had no parents at all, or Goku, because even though Goku didn't have parents, he did have Grandpa Gohan, who taught him everything he needed to know. Taught him to value life, but Naruto for a while didn't have any of that. And like I said, he said, it's like, I could have ended up like Sasuke or any one of these other bad guys. I could have been the one trying to destroy the village. Like I said, imagine if he had gone to Orochimaru and Orochimaru gave him the cursed seal, the curse mark. That would have been disastrous for everyone. So, he just kept going, and like I said, it's because of the writing. But they decided, it's like, hey, you know what? Yeah, we could turn him at any second. This kid's been shunned his entire life. They could have made him like Gaara, but I think that's one reason why he made Gaara, because Gaara grew up the same way. He had one of the tail beasts inside him. He was shunned by his entire village, treated like a weapon, treated like a fucking threat. And unlike Naruto, where he kind of gained love and friends, Gaara did have people, but they died. So Gaara was kind of left with no one. So he kind of went dark. He thirsted for blood and death. And so Gaara is kind of the opposite of, not to mention the entire side of the spectrum. So you have Naruto with a nine-tailed fox inside of him, which is the most powerful of them. But then you have Gaara with Shikaku, who's the one-tail beast. So, but they're pretty much growing up the same character, and I think that's one reason why they made Gaara, is because it was kind of like a mirror into what could have happened to Naruto had he chosen to go down that path. I mean, Shikaku is powerful enough, and he's only a one-tailed beast. Imagine what Naruto could have done if he unleashed full hell with the Nine Tails. So, um, I think that's why Gaara was made, just to kind of reflect what Naruto could have been, had he chosen to do that. So instead of actually having to write Naruto as a villain or, a bad character, like the bad guy, they're like, you know what? Let's just make a new character. He's gonna be Jinchuriki, just like Naruto, but he's gonna be a darker Naruto. Hence this kind of similar spiky hair and having a tailed beast inside of him and shunned by his village and stuff like that. So, but last time I talked about, for the common question of what your favorite Naruto moments are, and that can still apply to this one. But what made you like Naruto? Like, what is it about his character that attracted him to attracted you to him? Because, like I said, it's even though it's fiction, it hits home for so many people. You know, Someone brought up the moment with Iruka when because I talked about it too, when he asks Iruka to be stand-in for his father at his wedding, seeing him say goodbye to his dad for the final time. Those are all things people go through, you know? So it hits home for a lot of people. But what is it about Naruto, our favorite number one hyperactive knucklehead ninja, the seventh Hokage? What attracts you to him? What is it about his character that really draws you into him? But it's his birthday, so anyways, that's gonna do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.